Hello, everyone. Today we'll show you how VMware vDefend and Avi secure private clouds against AI-driven threats and protect workloads from AI-discovered vulnerabilities. As we enter the AI era, the threat landscape for enterprise IT environments is rapidly evolving. We are facing three massive shifts. First, the rise of AI-driven ransomware. We are seeing highly sophisticated semi-autonomous attacks. Second, AI-discovered software vulnerabilities. The latest frontier models have created industry-wide concerns as these new models can autonomously find software vulnerabilities that malicious actors can easily exploit. Third, the shift to agentic AI security. Organizations are rapidly deploying agentic AI applications. Unlike legacy applications, these agents are task-driven, ephemeral, and constantly rely on tools, APIs, and brand new protocols like MCP and ADA. As a result, the potential attack vectors in enterprise IT environments are expanding at an alarming rate. To protect against these new threats, Broadcom is rapidly innovating in the AI era. With VMware vDefend and Avi, Broadcom delivers an AI-ready architecture for private cloud security. The surge of software vulnerabilities discovered by AI models is creating a dual challenge for organizations. At the foundational layer, they impact infrastructure software like VCF, vDefend, and Avi. Now, Broadcom is working diligently to provide patches and guidance to customers. But what about customer workloads? Your virtual machines, custom in-house applications, and open source software are equally vulnerable. Since real attacks come through data packets, organizations need protection at the network layer. That is exactly where vDefend and Avi come in, by providing real-time protection against these real-time attacks. Now, knowing the urgency around AI-discovered vulnerabilities, how do we really address these threats? The Mandiant M-Trends 2026 report in the Cloud Security Alliance outlined 4 critical security challenges that map directly to our modern solutions. First, compute platforms are now the frontline target. So the best practice is to deploy multi-layer east-west network security directly into the hypervisor. Second, lateral attack propagation must be restricted. Once an entry point is breached, organizations need to implement strict lateral segmentation to contain the threat. Third, a shift to a proactive security model is paramount, requiring real-time behavioral threat detection to catch zero-day anomalies. Finally, long patch cycles drastically amplify breach risks. Organizations should deploy virtual patching using intrusion prevention and web application firewalls to block exploits, and buy time to roll out permanent patches. Now let me walk you through how VMware vDefend and Avi secure private clouds from AI-driven attacks. Here we see a diagram of a typical private cloud architecture secured by a perimeter firewall. This environment is running various critical workloads, including both VMs and Kubernetes applications. Notice that several of these workloads contain unpatched software vulnerabilities. Let's look at how modern cyber attacks actually happen. Highly skilled attackers easily infiltrate the perimeter firewall using tactics like stolen credentials or phishing emails. Once they achieve that initial infiltration, the perimeter firewall becomes completely blind. Because traditional environments lack lateral security, the attacker can move freely. They quietly move east-west from VM to VM and compromising data until they reach your crown jewels. At that point, they exfiltrate your data, encrypt your systems, and demand a ransom. Now, the game has completely changed with AI-driven autonomous ransomware attacks. Bad actors are using AI bots to automate ransomware attacks, allowing them to launch hundreds of automated attacks simultaneously. We are now facing more attacks and more infiltrations than ever before. Once inside, these autonomous attacks move at machine speed. They can propagate laterally and compromise multiple VMs and containers concurrently, turning a single breach into a widespread attack. To make matters even worse, frontier models can find unknown bugs and zero-day vulnerabilities in software faster than human engineering teams can patch them. When you combine autonomous attacks with AI-driven vulnerabilities, the results can be catastrophic. As you can see by the sea of red on the slide, it's no longer just a few compromised workloads. We're looking at more attacks, more infiltrations, and a massive surge in zero-day exploits. To secure workloads against this barrage of AI-driven threats, we deploy ingress defense using the combination of vDefend Gateway Firewall and Avi Web Application Firewall at the VCF north-south boundary. It dramatically reduces infiltration by blocking north-south traffic with malicious signatures. More importantly, it delivers targeted virtual patching right at the ingress point. By shielding your environment against known network level and web vulnerabilities, we are effectively closing the front door to the private cloud. But securing the entry points is only half the battle. If a highly sophisticated AI-driven threat does manage to slip through, we must contain it. That is where we deploy vDefend lateral security to protect all VCF east-west traffic. Notice how the VMs and containers on the slide are now locked down. We apply multi-layer defense to protect against these sophisticated attacks and completely dismantle the attack chain. To summarize, the AI-driven kill chain follows 4 stages: perimeter infiltration, workload compromise, lateral propagation, and finally, data encryption or exfiltration. So how do we protect against this attack chain? To protect the compromised workload, we deploy vDefend IDS IPS and Avi WAF. To stop lateral propagation and contain threat, we enforce lateral segmentation with our distributed firewall. Together, these 2 layers establish a true zero-trust private cloud. To mitigate the final ransomware stage, if an anomaly occurs, vDefend NTA and NDR use behavioral detection and response to flag the threat before data can be encrypted or exfiltrated, providing zero-day attack mitigation. In summary, vDefend and Avi deliver multi-layer defense to combat evolving AI-driven attacks. Now let's look at what virtual patching is. It's a vulnerability shielding tactic that protects assets by implementing a layer of security policies at the network layer. The security technologies used to implement virtual patching are intrusion prevention systems and web application firewalls. VMware vDefend and Avi WAF deliver distributed virtual patching using a software-defined architecture. This gives the flexibility to deploy virtual patching at the ingress gateway or distribute it inside the private cloud closest to the workloads. Let's look at how virtual patching reduces risk from a timeline perspective while software patches are rolled out. Under traditional patch management, it takes days for an organization to test it and weeks or months to roll it out across multiple environments. Virtual patching completely changes the game. It closes that critical window between signature availability and mitigation by protecting your live infrastructure without requiring a single reboot of your workloads. The moment a threat is identified and a signature is available, your apps are protected within minutes or hours. We deliver this natively for VCF workloads by combining vDefend IDPS at the hypervisor layer with Avi WAF at the application layer. This powerful combination brings 5 core operational benefits. In addition to buying down risk while testing and rolling out permanent software patches, it uniformly protects both VM and VKS container workloads. Additionally, it offers custom signature support to protect internally developed custom applications and also provide critical protection to end-of-life software solutions, where vendor patches are no longer even available. And finally, it delivers scale-out multi-terabit performance directly inside your private cloud, lowering your overall total cost of ownership. With VMware Automated Workflows, we can fast-track your lateral security posture in weeks. We provide our prescriptive DFW1234 workflow with our product to completely automate different phases of your security journey. Here is a recommended implementation plan. After initial deployment, we can run an assessment report to understand your security posture in week 1. We begin by locking down and protecting your core infrastructure services in week 2. By week 3, we turn on network traffic analytics to grant you total east-west threat visibility across the environment. We then enable IDPS and Avi WAF, activating virtual patching to shield your workloads from those AI-discovered software vulnerabilities, significantly reducing your attack surface. In a few weeks, we take it a step further by ring-fencing your most critical business applications to completely isolate them from unauthorized access. And finally, we turn on network detection and response to provide full behavioral detection and automated response for advanced zero-day attacks. In short, in just a few weeks, we transform your private cloud security from a perimeter-only approach to a fully operational zero-trust model. The takeaway from today is simple. In the age of AI, your private cloud security also needs to move at the speed of AI. With vDefend and Avi, you can easily wrap your VCF private cloud with a comprehensive multi-layer security at the snap of your fingers. As a next step, check out our vDefend 1234 rapid deployment video demos and security blogs for more information. Thank you.